Hey everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. I am Ishan Sharma, and in today's video I will be talking about the top 7 programming languages that you need to be learning in 2021. Now, what is the reason and what is the motivation that you should be doing this? Well, there are two reasons actually. Number one is that you will be having a lot of scope. There will be a lot of opportunities for you if you were to learn these languages. A lot of companies are using these languages, and so it would be very simple for them to pick you because you know these languages. Number second is the fact that there are a lot of developers using these languages. So there is a lot of support for these languages. It would be very simple for you to debug your code because there's a lot of people that are using these languages. Okay, so in this video, I will first of all be telling you that language, what is the use case of that language, and then I'll be telling you why is it important for you to learn. Okay, so let's get started with the 7th language and make sure that you watch it completely till the very end to get to know the first language that you should be taking a look at in 2021. Language number 7 that you should take a look at is going to be Kotlin. Kotlin is a programming language that enables you to create and build Android applications. The benefit with using Kotlin is that it enables you to write clean and concise code. Okay, and it recently added support for functional programming, which means that you can now have higher order functions as well as Lambda functions in your code. Kotlin is gaining a lot of momentum, and so it is definitely worthwhile for you to take a look at this language. Language number 6 is going to be PHP. Now, I know a lot of you developers out there have this hateful relationship with PHP, and you think that it is a very much old and outdated language and you should not be learning it. But hear me out. PHP, according to the surveys conducted, is used to create over 25% of the websites on the internet. That means that there is huge opportunity for you to learn PHP and start freelancing and getting some clients or starting your internship in some businesses. Even today, even in 2020 and going forward in 2021, there will be a lot of businesses that simply just use a WordPress template to create their own business website. So that means that there is huge upside for you to learn PHP. Now, if you don't already know, PHP is a server-side scripting language that enables you to create static and dynamic websites. Okay, so this is quite an old language. Definitely, that is completely true, but it is being supported by a lot of browsers and it is being used heavily by a lot of businesses around the world. So that is language number 6. Language number 5 is going to be C++. Now, C++ enables you to create games. It enables you to create desktop-based applications. It enables you to create operating systems. You know, a lot of the kernels that are being used in Windows are actually written in C from the ground up, right? And then a lot of the updates that you see in Windows are actually written in C++. So C++ has a huge demand. It is used by a lot of developers around the world, and it is a great language if you want to dive real deep into programming and understand the underlying concepts of programming, right? So let me give you an example. Learning C++ would give you an idea about the memory management in any application. It would give you an idea about what are pointers and how can you use pointers, how can you track pointers. That is very much helpful for you. Whenever you're creating some applications that are high performance, scalable applications, you should definitely take a look at C++ as your choice to create something like that. Along with all of this, C++ is also a great language for you to learn data structures and algorithms, as well as you can get started with commutative coding using C++. It is huge if you want to prepare for your placements in some top tech companies, right? So this is about C++, language number 5 that you should definitely take a look at. Now, the 4th language for you to learn is going to be Golang. Golang is a language that enables you to write robust, high-performance code, which is readable as well, and it is concise, right? So this is huge. A lot of the languages are either very much fast, which means that they have huge code bases, or they are slow and they have very English-like code. But what happens with Golang is that it is very much simple to understand as well as it is very much fast as well, right? So this language has gained a lot of momentum since 2016. It was announced by Stack Overflow as the most trending programming language of 2016. If you were to become a Golang developer, there is a lot of opportunities for you in the market. There are a lot of companies, a lot of startups that are using Golang to create high performance, scalable applications for their own product, right? So this is Golang. You should definitely take a look at this. It is very much easy for you to learn, and the documentation is also very well written. So that was Golang, language number 4 that you should learn. Moving on to language number 3 is going to be Java. Now, Java is a widely accepted programming language. Over 90% of the Fortune 500 companies use Java to create their own applications, right? So there's a lot of demand for Java developers. Now, Java is almost 25 years old, but even till this date, it is used to create high performance Android applications. Now, Java is actually very much easier for you to learn when you compare it with languages like C and C++. If you are deciding to learn Java, I would also recommend you to take a look at some framework of Java, namely Spring Boot. Spring Boot enables you to manage the server side of any application using Java itself, right? So that is what I would say about Java. It is an amazing language and it is very much in demand right now. Now, the second programming language for you to learn would have to be Python. Python is a language that is widely accepted. It is widely used in a lot of the top tech companies. What are the uses of Python, you may ask? Well, basically it is used for machine learning, for data science, for deep learning. It is also used for managing backend of a lot of applications. If you were to learn Python, first of all, it is very much simple for you to learn Python. The code is very much simple. It looks similar to English, and a lot of you would easily be able to understand Python in just one go, right? If you want to learn Python, I would recommend you to learn some other module or some other libraries as well, right? So if you want to start with Python, learn about Pygame, which is used to create games in Python. Learn about, let's say, you can learn about Django or Flask, which would enable you to manage the backend and the server side of a lot of the applications and websites. If you want to get into machine learning, there are some frameworks that you can take a look at. Number one would be TensorFlow. And then you can also take a look at PyTorch. If you want to go into data science, you can learn about sklearn, you can learn about SciPy. And so these are a few things that you should be learning. You can also learn about NumPy, Matplotlib, as well as pandas that enable you to manage and visualize data. So yeah, that is what I would say about Python. It is used by a lot of developers. I myself learned Python back when I was learning to code for the first time. And now finally, the number one programming language that you should be learning in 2021 would have to be JavaScript. Okay, now JavaScript is used to create websites. It is used for you to manage both the server side as well as the client side. If you can learn JavaScript, you can then go into Node.js, which would help you on the server side part of your application. You can learn JavaScript and you can create some amazing interfaces on the website itself, right? So this has some huge applications. If you want to go into web development, this is the language for you to learn in 2021. Now, if you want to learn JavaScript, I would advise you to also learn TypeScript. Now, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. It enables you to write clean code, right? Basically, you will be able to create high performance scalable applications using TypeScript. It is definitely recommended for you to learn TypeScript. It has a steep learning curve, but once you can learn it, it would be very much beneficial for you whenever you want to create some amazing applications. Now, if you are learning JavaScript, you cannot ignore taking a look at the frameworks and libraries. There are a lot of libraries available in JavaScript itself. You have ML5.js for machine learning. You have P5.js for artistic visualizations. You have D3.js, data visualization. There are a lot of libraries that you can use in JavaScript. And one library or framework that I like to call it is going to be React. Now, React is the most popular framework or library of JavaScript itself, which enables you to use and reuse the components that you create. So you can build one component in one part of your website and you can reuse it again and again in your website just by referencing that. So these are a few advantages of learning React. You can also take a look at Vue. You can also take a look at Angular. And once you have learned React, you can also go into Android development by learning about React Native, right? So there are a lot of benefits for you to learn JavaScript. You should definitely take a look at this language. It is very much in trend right now. A lot of demand is there for JavaScript developers. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. These were the top 7 languages that you should be learning in 2021. Let me know in the comments which language will you be learning in 2021. By the way, if you want to learn any of these languages for free, you can take a look at GeeksforGeeks. We have a lot of articles that will teach you how to learn these languages from scratch, right? Take a look at them. But thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and I will see you all in another video. Bye-bye.